Well, let's look at what we're expecting when it comes to the aged care sector. It is set to receive nearly $18 billion as part of tonight's budget. The government's describing the package as a once-in-a-generation investment into the sector in response to issues raised in the Aged Care Royal Commission. Let's bring in Craig Gear. He's the CEO at Older Persons Advocacy Network. Craig, appreciate your time. $18 billion. What's the expectation as to where that money is going to be spent?
Yeah, Ashley, I mean, it is a very large number, and that's it's pleasing that there's been significant commitment to investment. There needs to be commitment to transparency, though, as well as where that money's going. I mean, older people are telling us that they want care that is high quality, that is delivered based on their needs, but is delivered at the location that they want. Now, predominantly that's probably going to be in their home, but it also might be people wanting to stay in their rural or regional area. And they want that care to be delivered with dignity and respect.
And so is that $18 billion likely to deliver on some of those promises that we heard from the government after that Aged Care Royal Commission? I mean, it sounds like a lot. Is it enough?
It's a lot of money, and I think, though, that the thing that OPAN and older people are looking for is, I suppose, a plan about how the pieces of this puzzle are going to fall into place to drive systemic change in aged care transformation. We're sort of not looking for just a bit of tinkering at the sides and reform, but a whole transformation of the system. That money is going to go a long way to more staff, high quality staff, staff training, but also it needs to actually value the staff, and also to make sure that older people's rights are respected as well. And that's why we're also looking forward to seeing that hopefully there'll be some increases for aged care advocacy, because people will have issues with the aged care system, and they need supports to be able to resolve those issues.
When it comes to the vaccine rollout in aged care, where are we up to, Craig? Is it on track?
Yeah, I think the vaccine rollout in residential aged care is continuing to progress. I think there are still then some, I suppose, times where they're going to have to look at people who are coming into residential aged care who are new residents, or people that might have missed the first vaccination. It has progressed well, but we are still hearing from older people, particularly those in the community, that there is still confusion out there about how they will receive their vaccine, where to go to at the moment. So we're looking to work, and we are working with government about messaging out to older people. We see what's happened in South Australia just now, Victoria, and recently in Sydney. Older people are the first to be restricted in their movements, and particularly in residential aged care. And so getting everyone vaccinated as quickly as possible is going to be really important, so that older people have the freedom to move around like the rest of us do.
And Craig, do you know if there has been a high take-up among aged care workers, the staff who are there caring for our elderly?
Yeah, so there's been a little bit of vaccine hesitance, and one of the things we're working with government on is how do we get the messaging from, I suppose, trusted champions, so that aged care workers can make informed choices, like we actually call for older people to be able to have informed consent, but to make those choices, to know that older people want themselves protected, but they want a second ring around them of the aged care workforce to be protected as well. So that's really improving, and we have seen sort of a big uptake in vaccinations this week, with some of the states opening up hubs, but also more coming out to GPs. But we need to keep that discussion happening and bring people to know that they can have confidence, and it's the thing that's going to get us back to, I suppose, to COVID normal.
Yeah, it's sounding a bit more positive. Craig, yeah, appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thanks.